Out of Bounds is brought to you in part by Diamond Cutters of Western New York. Buy where the pros buy direct from the Diamond Cutter. Excuria Salon and Spa, the finest in traditional and modern techniques. Savor the experience. Ace's Limousine is the official limousine service of Out of Bounds, now booking town cars and limos in every major city. Shoot and score with Regal Cinemas. Enjoy the finest movie-going experience in our many locations. Bova Family Chiropractic. Located at 1953 Ridge Road in West Seneca, Bova Family Chiropractic. Feel the healing hands. Stumps Gymnastics Center, 2187 Worley Drive in Williamsville. Family owned since 1972.
You signed a contract last week, and your fellow teammate, ex-teammate, Jabari Greer signed one this offseason. What's it like going against him this week? And basically, how do you put the friendship to the side when it's business?
I mean, you definitely, I mean, once you start playing football, you ain't even thinking about it, you know. But it's definitely going to be good to see him, you know, before the game, during warm-ups, you know, if he comes out or, you know, after the game, you know, telling him congratulations and things like that. You know, it's good to see him out there on the field. So, I mean, but during the game, you definitely not even thinking about it.
Have you talked to him this week?
No, I haven't talked to him. You know what? I was going to give him a call. I don't even know if he has the same number because, like I've been telling everybody, I talked to Jabbar like a couple of days before he got his contract. Then when I found out he got his contract, I sent him a text, and I haven't heard from Jabbar since. He didn't reply to me or nothing. So, you know, money changed people. So, you know, his number might not be the same, but I'm going to definitely see if it is the same and send him a text or call him or something. So.
They are averaging 46.5 a game points. Can you hold them under 40?
Well, our goal is 17 points or less, so that's what we're sticking to, and that's what we're going to go out and try to do. That's our team defensive goal. Drew, he would be a successful quarterback no matter where he was. Obviously, the offensive scheme over there does help them out a lot, and Drew and Coach Payton, they understand each other. They play off of each other. So I think they're both in a great situation, and it works well to their advantage, but you can't take anything away from Drew.
Their group of receivers may be a little underrated. There isn't necessarily a perceived superstar in that group, but tell me about what it is that about those group of guys that obviously Breeze couldn't do what he's doing without them.
Well, they understand the offense, and it's a matter of, you know, Drew puts them in the right place, calling the right routes, and they're short-handed receivers. They have speed guys, they have guys, possession guys that can catch, guys that can make plays after the catch, you know, yards after the catch. So you really just have to be careful and be focused and very disciplined in what you're doing.
Great game last week, but you got the high-powered New Orleans Saints coming in. What do you think about that, Lee?
Well, I think it's going to be a tremendous challenge for us. I mean, we obviously know that they can put a lot of points on the board. So, you know, we offensively, you know, we got to get our mindsets to match that and go out and try to put some points on the board as well.
Now, do you guys take it personal when you got the #1 offense in the NFL coming in here and you guys just put up a whole lot of numbers? Do you take it personal and you want to go out there and outdo their offense?
Well, it's really just about winning.
Right.
You know, sometimes, you know, you can throw for, you know, you look at San Diego last week. They had over 400 yards of offense and, you know, a number of TDs, but they lost, you know. So it's really about doing, not just out statistically doing the other team, but winning and finding ways to win a football game, you know.
Yeah, I feel like as NFL players, we are competitors, you know, so at the same time, we do know that the #1 offense is coming in, but at the same time, we feel like we the #1 offense. Who cares what everybody else say? We feel like we got the best players on our side.
Are you glad the game's at home?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's good to have it in front of our fans, you know, where, you know, we can have some momentum on our side, you know, bring the crowd into it and feed off of that.
When you pull into the stadium, what are you most surprised at that people are doing when we're tailgating? Because you guys are all there tailgating, right, when Lee's pulling in?
You know, seeing it for so many years, you know, it never gets old. You know, you pulling in, you see the grills, you see the smoke coming up, RVs everywhere. You know people are geared up, ready for the game. And when we come to the game after, when we come to the stadium after, like Monday, then you see the destruction. You see the paper everywhere, so you know people had a good time.
Absolutely.
I don't even be suited up, but when I'm driving in, I'll be like, man, I'm ready to cheer my boys on. Shoot, I'll be hyped.
Now, Steve, you talk about not being suited up. I mean, and Janet mentioned it actually a little bit earlier. You know, a lot of times you don't find out up until, an hour, 2 hours before the game?
Yeah, it's right before the game. You know, it's like a game time decision. But I know my time coming though, so that's why I'm cool with it. I know my time coming.
That's a great attitude. That's a great attitude to have. Now we have another interesting play in this game coming up. You got a former teammate of you guys just last year who's now a defensive back for the New Orleans Saints. You want to talk a little bit about Jabari and you're very experienced in going against him, Lee, and some of the things you may try to do or want to do when you're faced with Jabari.
Well, the thing about playing against people who you've played against, and I've done it, playing against Nate and things like that, is you know them. Right. You know what they can do, what they can't do, what they like, what they don't like. So you just gotta play the game. It's not really sometimes it's a guessing game where how people want to play you, things like that. With somebody you know how they're gonna play. You know how they react to certain situations. So that'll be the game, and that's the fun part when you can play against people and kind of go back and forth.
Well, now, Janet.
Yes.
You asked Stevie in the last segment for him to tell our audience something about Lee that we would know.
Right.
Now we're going to ask Lee, tell us something about Stevie that you think we would know.
Well, Steve is relatively a quiet guy. He's quiet and he's sociable. Yeah. But he's really a jokester. Like a lot of jokes coming from Steve, but he tried to keep them on the low, and then they just get brought to light. So he's one of those sneak joke tellers all the time.
All right. And Steve, are you singing it all today for us?
I can give y'all a little something.
From the Buffalo Bills, Steve Johnson singing.
I'll give y'all a little rap.
Okay.
Something for Buffalo.
For Buffalo.
Serious. I say, tell me who want it. Do y'all want it like me? Matter of fact, let me look into your eyes, show me. I'm ready to rock, ready to roll, go dumb, and I ain't about to let them up until the paramedics come. Our city been patiently waiting for a champ, and we've been going too hard since our first day of camp. We done banged each other, dropped blood, sweat, and tears. Now it's time to let them realize the Bills is here. They was worried about our hearts, they worried about our hearts, cause they know if one spark, it's a war about to start. It's a small town. Buffalo is known now. NFL, AFC, it's about to go down. Let's go.
There you have it. Join us again next week right here on Out of Bounds.